All right.
Here we go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to That's That with the Dreamboats.
And that's that.
The show that is as long as the battery of a GoPro is.
Episode 2.
Episode 2.
Nice.
Nice, yeah.
Yes.
It could be 5 minutes. It could be 2 hours. It could
Only
be anything
time-
in between that.
Only time will tell.
Yes.
That was fun yesterday. I'm glad we're doing this again. Started back up.
I know, it was fun. And like we said, this is the second episode, but we got off to a bit of a rocky start. We started laughing a little too much. And so we're having a second crack at it.
Yeah. We're like, you don't want to see us cracking up.
And then we were talking about laughing and just like being in school. And when the teacher is just like, your friend says something or something so funny happens and you got to hold in laughter. It's like the most intense like moments. Oh yeah. You know what I mean?
You just can't do it.
You can't do it.
That's
As soon as, like we were saying, as soon as if you're looking at a buddy and they make like just even a little smirk,
Game
you know,
over.
it's
Game
game
exactly.
over.
Definitely.
And that's what happened.
Would you have considered yourself more of a shit disturber or a good kid in high school compared to now or whatever?
I was a good kid. I was a good kid, but the only times I got in trouble was like for laughing, like just finding things so funny with my friends. We would all just be like all like all the time. Yeah. You know what I mean? That was the only thing, really. That was the only thing. I
don't think you could have been bad kid because you had a family member.
My mom was a teacher.
Yeah. So
I know.
I get right
No
back to you.
excuses
You're
there.
It'd be like I'd come home and be like, "What homework do you have tonight?" And it's just like, make sure you do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had
Or
to-
just
I had
in
to
the
be
way
on
we
it.
act in class.
What were you guys like?
I'll let Justin go on that one.
Elementary
I have a good
school.
idea.
Elementary school.
Elementary?
Elementary
I was
school.
more like high school.
Brat, high school, I just kind of like wasn't there as much.
You skipped a lot?
Skipped a lot of classes. Spent a bunch of time at a studio in my neighborhood. Did you ever know Imagination Works on like Ridgeway? It was down the street from where Rock Pro is now.
Yeah.
It was up the street towards
Okay.
like halfway between there and Dundas. And I was probably like, so I was 14 when that place like was opened and was going. And the guy had a studio and a drama thing in the back of the, like a warehouse.
Crazy.
And he didn't do much in the studio as he did in the drama thing. So I got to just hang out in the studio a lot.
Oh,
so I would
nice.
just go to school, get on the bus. Be like, I'd show up and be like, okay, I'm here. They think I'm here.
Yeah.
Get on the bus and go over to the studio and
So
hang
you-
out at this
you-
guy's place.
You, like, I don't know about you guys, but when you skipped class in high school, you get a call. You get
You're just dealing with it.
and dealing with it. Oh man,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like,
Or don't get caught, I guess.
I thankfully had one friend that knew how to forge my mom's signature really, really well, and I got away with that a lot.
That's awesome. I used to be a master forger. Everyone would come to me to forge.
Yeah, you do have a good friend.
I like to think I have.
You have forged my signature
yeah,
once or
I forged
twice.
all your
I think you've done it all now.
We're
Yeah.
here because I forged your signatures. No.
You did a great
that's-
job.
All America.
You
Just
did a
kidding.
good job. You did a
Just
good job.
kidding.
We're here.
Yeah, we're here.
Oh, my
See
God.
Hummel, and Jay-Z.
Yeah. I think about even the way I was in high school compared to now, just even like my attitude or my personality. I feel like I was kind of a different person when I was younger. I was more of a shit disturber when I was younger for whatever reason. A little less considerate, maybe.
But you know what I always think? Then I remember you telling me stuff like that. You know, you're getting into some trouble and things like that. But
I never really got into trouble. I never got suspended or
Yeah,
I never
yeah.
got suspended.
you know, I got
I'm
you.
only getting sent to the office for like breakdancing or something, but like nothing like really crazy. You know
That's
what I mean?
awesome.
Yeah.
I always try
was
to
bad.
think though, if we were all in school at the same time at the same school, would we be the kind of people who would have known each other, or like not at all?
I don't know
That's
if
the
I say
question.
we were all in bands, so then I would say, yeah. If you were in a band, you knew the other people in bands at your school.
But a 4-year difference is like an eternity, especially a 1-year difference is like an eternity when you're in high school. Like, I remember, dude, I was this close, Justin, to going to your school, man. This close. I went
To Loyola?
I went to St. Francis Xavier. I think it was like grade 11, and I was like, I'm bored of this school. Like, I want to switch schools. And my buddy Kevin lived in my complex. He was just getting his car.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, come to my school and we'll drive there every day. I'm like, I mean, I don't have to walk to Xavier. I'm like, all
Sounds
right,
great.
I'll go to the. So he checked it out,
What grade is this?
grade 11.
Grade 11.
And then I remember looking and you know, of course, like Loyola got like torn down, like, you know, 10 years after or something. But I remember like going into Loyola and being like, it looks a little old, this school. You know what I mean? I felt
Yeah, it
like
felt
Xavier. I felt like Xavier was more of like a high tech, like, you know what I mean?
Where was that one?
It wasn't a high tech, but it was cool.
Yeah.
Like Bristol and here, Ontario. And
Okay.
and yeah, I remember walking. I remember looking at like your lockers and seeing them like as like baby blue and peach. And like my dad like dropped, like he was outside. I'm like, Dad, give me a moment. I'm gonna like make a decision here. He's like, all right. So let me know. I'm gonna talk
No
to the
way.
principal. We'll sign a paper, whatever you want to do. I'm like, okay, cool. So I remember,
That's great.
yeah, he was awesome. So I went there, I checked it, and there's a part of me that just been like, you know what? Not feeling the vibe here too much right now. I think I'm gonna miss Xavier. So I just went. It was the first day of school. So I remember walking your school.
Nice.
First day of school, just walking around.
Probably
just
walk
walking
past in the
around.
hallway,
Say,
like-
so
Yeah.
you actively chose to change schools and like start a new like
Yeah,
network.
just start a new network. Yeah, just
Like,
like,
you felt so
I
like,
felt like-
that's crazy.
I would have never thought of doing that when I was in school.
I don't know, like
switching
I
schools.
like high school. I felt like I knew everyone and it was cool. You know, like it was all right. You know what I mean? Like I had my older brother there too. It was awesome. I always felt like never any trouble. I just felt like, let's see how this. see how this
Try
switch up,
this
like,
out.
yeah,
Change
try
it
this
up.
out. Change it up.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's cool.
But
Nice.
but yeah, high school was a good time. High school was a good time. I think most of the time I can, think of the reasons why we still do what we're doing today is because of experiences and
Yeah,
high school.
like did you guys perform at pretty much any event that happened at your school?
yeah, once I started playing in bands, yeah.
Yeah.
any and every.
Yeah.
course,
Same.
creating
I think,
some
I think
sometimes.
we all got
Yeah.
some serious stage time in like high school and elementary
actually.
school.
I feel like I never missed one like
How was your
talent
guys
show or
like
cafe night. ever.
sound and
Yeah.
light situation?
that was
at
pretty
your-
good. We had an AV.
You guys have the
crew.
smoke machines
No.
and all that stuff going
We
on?
didn't have smoke.
Ours was not good. It wasn't
No?
like new like Loyola 2.0. That's for damn sure. But like our mains were like the PA speakers, like the announcing PA speakers were like
Okay.
the mains. No effects coming. You got no slap back on those.
The
I
mains.
promise
I
you.
love it. I love it.
But yeah, it was. It had some cool things to it. And they did an extension, but it was definitely nothing crazy.
When I
guess.
think about it now, like what they had at our school was pretty cool. Sound and lighting team, and the sound was like up on the next floor or something.
Yeah,
and they had
yeah.
a window
little
looking
nest.
down.
They had a nest?
Yeah,
We had a nest.
dark nest up there, and like nobody went in there.
Yeah, except the AV.
But when I
crew.
think about it, I'm like, yo, they had a whole mixing board and console and lighting and everything in there. I'm like, that's pretty cool for a high school.
It is cool. I was always jealous of the AV, like slightly. I'd be like, oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, the nest. I'm trying to remember if we had a nest. I remember there was a Harvey's in our cafeteria. That was awesome.
Harvey's, eh?
Harvey's got the
Wow.
$1.50 value burger.
Right on.
Oh man, we used to smash those.
That's
We just had the lunch lady.
We had
And the patties and what's her name? Maria, the lunch lady.
sloppy joes.
Maria used to be like, you
Lunch lady.
look like a Brandon. I'm gonna call you Brandon. I'm like, all right. She hooked me up with like cookies.
Making up names?
She hooked me with cookies every time. So I'm like, you can call me whatever the hell you want. I'd walk in, she'd be
Cookie
like,
monster.
I'd walk in, she'd just be like, I'd have the cookies. She'd look at me and be like this. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. Oh, all the time. All the lunch ladies I was so cool with.
Really?
Because I used to take hospitality class, and that was part of that's how you got a credit. You had to work Harvey's, make people's burgers, and you got a credit. Or like
yeah?
clean up in the kitchen and whatever.
What kind of school was this?
I know. You have to work at Harvey's.
Mr. I
In
know.
high school?
They put you
Are you
in
flipping burgers to get a credit?
Yo, flipping. No, I wasn't
That
flipping
sounds
burgers. I wasn't
amazing.
flipping burgers. They were just like I was taking orders and just like and making. I was
Did you flip a
dressing
burger?
burgers. No burger flipping. I was just
Not one.
dressing burgers and
No
talking.
burger.
And friends would just come right in. I'd say what up and just hook them up with extra gravy and it was,
Wouldn't
it was
that be
cool.
like a crazy like little situation? You just flip burgers to get a credit? That'd be
They
awesome.
put you to work. It was
Yeah.
a smart little racket they had going on there at Xavier.
Yeah.
Great.
It's free labor for credit.
Oh
There
my
you go.
gosh, it's so funny. I remember some good times. I remember the teacher tried to get me. He's like, there's this. I was there the following year, and there was like my friend. Her name was Barbara.
Yeah.
And he's like, teach Barbara how to cut these vegetables. I'm like, all right. I cut my finger open trying to teach Barbara how to cut vegetables. No, it wasn't that bad though. It was
Yeah.
just like,
Oh.
I look like an idiot.
That sucks.
Something's never changed.
That sucks. Oh,
Yeah,
well,
good times.
Did you cut your finger?
Got a little slice in there, little blood draw.
I had that once on my the day of going to get my driver's license. I was in the class before leaving to go do the test, was like tech class, and I was using an X-Acto knife, and I wasn't paying attention. It went over the tip of my finger.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's time to leave to get the test right then. So I had just wrapped the thing so hard, but it's just bleeding.
Oh, man.
I was shaking trying to get the thing, and I failed it.
You
I just
failed it,
failed
eh?
it, and I was like, all right, just went right to the hospital afterwards. And
Oh,
had to
shit.
Get it
So you had to get
stitched
stitches?
up.
You had to get stitches?
Yeah,
oh,
it was
my
because I
gosh.
cut it right before the test.
Oh,
so
my gosh. That's crazy.
Eeh.
failed
you
it.
got
Had to go get it again.
You were doing your driving test in high school. You got it early.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Damn, you're lucky.
My brother got it like right away.
Oh.
So
I felt like there was absolutely no incentive for me to get my license when I could have gotten it. Like when you got it, did your like dad say you can take the car and stuff like that, and like got you on the insurance like right away and stuff?
yeah, pretty much. But my brother he would use it the most. But
You hog it.
if it was around, I'd get to use it.
So how old were you when you got your G2 and you started driving?
Jeez, I don't know. I can't remember. How old would I have been? Like,
You're in high school though.
yeah, I mean, I just got it.
So I guess 17.
How early
or
can you get it?
16.
I
Did you
forgot.
get
It's
it-
been so
Did
long.
you get it as early?
It was like in the month, like a month or so afterwards at
Yeah.
most. Like I pretty much went right when my birthday was to get it.
Me too.
To think about
Day of?
I can't remember that much detail.
My brother
But,
took me on my birthday. It was just like 17th birthday. He's like, did the G1, and I believe I drove back with him. You know what I mean? Because when you pass it, you can drive with someone.
when you
Right.
think you're 17 years old, getting behind,
Yeah.
to me, I think that's like way too.
But I
young.
got so much confidence. Like my dad was like always, I'd have to go to hockey and he'd like let me drive, even if been on the highway only with the G1 or with the G2. You know, so I got that confidence pretty.
That's awesome. That's what you
quickly.
need.
Nice.
Got
Just
it
to-
as quick as I could.
Yeah, I got mine pretty late. I think I started driving when I was like 27. Like getting it. I had my G1 when I was like 23 or something. I got it.
So were you
didn't
taking the
have it
bus everywhere?
When
I just took the bus when I was like, I worked at L&M. I had to take one bus there. I worked Parma a lot, like my early 20s.
Why
And it
didn't
was
you go earlier?
It was just because even if I had it, I should have, of course, hindsight's 2020. But when I would have kicked my ass a little bit more to do it is if I thought to myself, my dad would let me use the car.
Right.
That wasn't happening
Oh, okay.
ever. You know what I mean?
Don't touch the car.
And the only time I had to like plead my case to get it was when I started teaching, and I worked for this like ukulele lessons. Like I just threw myself into this kind of shit. Like
Sure.
teach a class full of kids after school programs, ukulele things. So I'd be going there teaching ukulele, barely really knowing the chords.
You know a few chords.
Know a few chords, sing it. Got
Change
to do
the
it.
order of them.
And there is stuff in like King City from Mississauga and like parts in Toronto. Like you needed a car, especially if you do one in the afternoon and then one after school, which made it kind of worthwhile to drive to Toronto. And then that was kind of like my reason to finally get my license.
So I knew you without your license, I guess, when I first met you.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
I did.
you did.
That's that.
I was a bus
That's
man,
that. Yeah,
busman.
bus man.
Yeah,
That's
miss the bus.
the bus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gather your thoughts. Put the Walkman on. The Walkman on.
the Walkman.
The Walkman.
Walkman.
The Discman
Sony Walkman. What was?
with the vibrating earphones.
Yeah. I was gonna say we've talked about this before. I'm just like, what was the first song you downloaded illegally off of whatever it was,
I
Napster or whatever? What was the very first MP3 you remember, like searching, finding it, and downloading it? Or do you remember?
I don't
think I do.
remember. No.
I remember I just went and got everything I could find like right away. So I was just downloading every band I heard of. And
What
then,
were you listening to at the time, I guess? Well,
yeah, that's hard.
when to do it?
Probably when I was grade 8 or something, maybe 7. Probably listening to like Limp Bizkit and Korn and
Yeah.
Slipknot and
Yeah.
Nice.
all bands like that, Linkin Park.
The new metal. It's like
We had
new.
a band that we had like the DJ in the first band. You had the tables and everything.
Nice.
The old DJ Fishhead. What's up,
Nice.
DJ Fishhead, man? It's been a while.
Nice. I love the turntable element to the rock band. Like,
That year-
We didn't really
that
know
era?
what we were doing. It was just like you would just whoever would get behind the thing would just be hitting it, you know? Just be like turn it down a bit.
oh my god.
Looks cool.
Yeah. He's got the
playing
one. He's got the
track.
earphone. He's got the DJs. Put one earphone on. You'll be a guy.
check
Right?
out. Check out.
Oh my gosh, what was I listening to? I was more into hip hop in high school, and listening to that and into breaking. So I was like into more like Rascals and Canadian like hip hop, like Choclair and what else? I don't know. But it was
Nice.
like rock and roll as well.
Yeah.
But Deftones, I was downloading. I remember making mixtapes of Deftones.
Oh,
That's
nice.
for sure.
Mixtapes were awesome.
I remember
Mr.
just like using Winamp. You know Winamp.
Sounds familiar.
Winamp.
I know Winamp. Yeah.
Winamp.
What was it?
It was a plug-in, like an MP3 player for your computer, and had all these different skins and stuff. And I remember just having this playlist.
Can mix it.
Anytime I download a new song, I'd like put it in my playlist, and it was just this MP3 thing on my computer.
Self mix to the next transition to
Yeah.
the next song and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, that was cool.
Winamp.
The good old
It
days.
really whips the llama's ass. You remember that?
No.
That was the thing.
I was trying to think of like what I'm listening to like now these days. Like, even when we were driving over here, I just like put like Doja Cat on like the playlist and like
Yeah.
I'm liking a lot of those poppy kind of like songs and stuff.
Yeah.
But for a good amount of time there, I was just listening to nothing but like 50s compilations in my CD player in my car.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like, yeah.
I miss the CD player for that reason in the car. Like I used to have my CDs up until extremely recently, up until like last year. I was driving the Jeep, and I just love having the CD because once you put it in, you're just stuck listening to that. But
Sure.
with your phone, you're
a
just
commitment.
always hopping all over the place. And I miss listening to albums and like throwing in the 50s, 60s compilations, the double
yeah,
CD
definitely.
there. Like that was the spawning of this. As soon as we decided on doing the Dreamboat, we all had these like compilation discs that came out of the woodwork, and we were just listening to those all the time.
Everyone had the same songs on every single compilation.
Yeah, like Bolton. We were all like listening to like these like retro things at all times, like on our own.
Well, the beginning of it too, we were kind of like getting into the style and stuff like that too.
Yeah,
That was fun.
yeah.
My first memories of music are like that kind of retro stuff, like the Beach Boys. Like I think that was like the first thing I remember hearing, and like have like probably a video of me standing on the back porch, like really young, with like a broom, and the Beach Boys are like cranking, and I'm just
Which song? Which song was
I
your
can't
Beach Boys
remember.
one?
Probably like just all. It was just all of it. You
Like
know,
Surfing USA or something.
California
yeah,
Girls.
Yeah,
yeah,
Whoa, I love that song, man.
yeah.
Yeah, wicked. No, what was the first CD? I think I was influenced by, or like the songs were passed
least you-
off by my older sister.
Like first memories,
First
of
me-
like music.
First memories were Onyx Back to Fuck Up album, Ice-T. OG, like I said, I got these from my sister, and also
Okay.
Vanilla Ice, Ice Ice Baby. Oh my gosh, MC Hammer. Like I think it was something
MC
like that too.
Hammer.
I feel like this is where the breakdance thing is coming from.
No, I was like 9 at the time listening to that stuff.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, my dad was so cool. He let me like listen to whatever the hell I wanted.
Body Count.
Body Count. You let me. I was
Yeah.
listening to Body Count. I remember you and my brother like giggling, little schoolboys in the back, and
Right,
you're like,
yeah.
"Dad, put the CD on." And we gave him the Body Count CD, and he put on Evil Dick. And it's got that like sex like monologue thing in
And
the
you
middle
knew
of
this?
it. And I knew it was me and my brother laughing in the back. My dad just listening to it. Like we're listening to it in the car, and like as soon as like a few songs were done, he just took it. Handed it back as soon as the side was done. You know what I mean? It's
He did that too.
It's like no. He let the thing run. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that was cool. You know what I mean? Just
Nice.
let
Yeah.
pops do it. So those are my earliest memories, I
cool.
guess you can say. Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Body Count.
Body Count. Yeah, my dad back at the time too was just he was always listening to music as well. I remember always walking in and just walking around the corner, and he'd always have the headphones on, and he'd always be just listening to music and just like listening to a lot of Floyd and a lot of Hendrix.
I was gonna
just
say-
seeing him like enjoy music the way he did. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, that's a good question. So, who would you say who are your parents' favorite artists? Who are your parents' favorite
I have to
artists?
say, like, my dad's a big Jimi Hendrix fan. Like, loves Jimi Hendrix. Has everything from Jimi Hendrix. Yeah. And Floyd as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
When I think of being a kid, I think some of the first rock and roll was like Elvis and AC/DC, like kind of those two. Was something AC/DC something I got from my dad for sure.
Oh, he's an AC/DC guy?
Yeah, especially when I was young. Bunch of other stuff. Like I remember the song like Lowrider, hearing that one pretty early on. Do you know that song?
Yeah, by War or something.
But yeah, I can't. My
Nick
mom.
knows guys from War, by the way.
Oh yeah,
DeVito.
Bassist. Yeah, DeVito, yeah.
Nick DeVito.
Yeah,
Cheers.
What's
to
up, Nick?
Yeah. Those are frick, love those. Cheech and Chong, like Lowrider and stuff. And
Nice.
All that. Yeah. Good
That's
old
cool.
tunes. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like my family like really into the Beatles. Like my mom especially like had a lot of those early Beatles albums, and my dad too. I don't know. It's a tough question. Yeah, your dad's definitely a Floyd guy.
It's what do you remember too? Who knows
lot
what
of
actually was
Beatles.
going on, but what you remember from it. You know?
Beatles and oldies, but I'm trying to think of even like Herman's Hermits. There's a lot of that kind of. I remember hearing and Buddy Holly. There's a lot of stuff. Remember we were talking about there was a project we had to do in grade 6 where you had to dress up. We gotta go there. You had to dress up as like a musician and perform a song in front of the class. And everyone was doing like modern ones like Britney Spears and like whatever. This is grade 6. And I did it on like Buddy Holly. And I had to make this mixtape, bouncing thing to thing, this compilation that I could like lip sync. And I made a guitar out of like
Cardboard or
construction
something?
paper. Yeah, this red guitar. And I bought the nerd specs. I was just singing like, if you knew Pegasus. And there was this girl that I liked named Susie. I remember after that, she came up to be like, oh, Peggy Sue, eh? And I was like, I don't know. Anyways, it was so good that they made me do it again in French class. Like, we went to French. They're like, Madame, like, have John Marco do this again. I was like, oh, no, like, I got to do this again? And I did it
You
again.
loved
And I
it. Don't
killed
lie.
I killed it. It was good. It's great.
Yeah, I love doing
You
doing
did
them.
stuff like that, right? Did you ever do
do-
like things in the class?
Yeah,
like
grade
that?
6. Yeah, I remember just seeing, like I said, it's just like the little memories, and I've said it to him before as well. This Ilo Lombardi, wherever you're at, shout out. And I remember I think it was in grade 5 or something, and I remember there was like the lip sync talent show. And for whatever reason, man, since that moment, I always wanted and I always loved talent shows or whatever, and wanted to get because I seen this guy. He had this like he brought in a real guitar. And he had this long hair past his like shoulders. He was like headbanging, and I think Nirvana was playing. I was like, who the are these guys? Man, this is so cool.
Yeah.
You know, right? And then from there, I think in grade 6, I wasn't allowed to like do the talent shows were only for like the grade 7 and 8s.
Oh,
And then grade 6, and then I tried to ask my teacher, Miss Farniash, if I could sing Green Day, Dookie,
yeah.
Basket Case on repeat.
Nice.
And then I'd always rewind the cassette past, and I'd always be listening to Pulling Teeth before Basket Case. So then the first song I did was Basket Case, and I got my
nice.
buddy Greg and Romel on the drums, and then doing that. And I remember just, putting wearing the shirt with the turtleneck underneath, and the
nice.
t-shirt, and then putting like the hoodie wrapped around, like trying to get like the grunge sound. That's what's
Yeah.
really cool is that in that time, you develop your own style from the music. And I think around grade 6, I think for most people, they start to develop. You're wearing like fucking Mickey Mouse shirts or something in grade 4 or 5. You know what I mean? Like, in grade 6, you're like, this is so late.
Jogging
You know what I mean?
pants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then from there, we started doing that. Other people started getting in the mix. And this is just something that we just started doing in class. And then other classes started doing it. And then we did
Yeah.
our own little thing at the end of the year, which was really, really cool. But it's just small memories like that,
Yeah.
that, and then when you go through high school, you do it again. And then when you get to young adult, you're still doing it.
Yeah.
I never grew out of it, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
It's weird, but awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Grade 6.
I guarantee you, things will change.
I don't know that.
We got to get
I
the
don't know that
soundboard
quote.
going. Prior to us bombing the first take of this, we started talking about soundboard stuff.
Oh yeah. Maybe we'll put that in at some point. But that's that. Here we are.
You know what's really cool
Camera's
though?
still going.
You know what's really crazy is that like seeing even like you in the knockouts and like how early I felt like you guys had like a band, like a legit band. You know what I mean? Like I felt like everyone was just jamming in their parents' basements, but like I remember the first time seeing like and you talked about like having merch and shit in high school. In high school, did you have like merch and stuff or like
Yeah.
yeah?
What age are we talking? When did you start the knockouts?
Oh man, I don't remember. Definitely in high school, probably like halfway through, maybe like grade 11 or 12,
Nice.
something like that. I think Anthony was still in high school. He was 2 years older than me. And then, so him and Jeremy I think they met at Humber. And then Anthony found Tom at Cawthra because he was at the music school. Anthony kind of put that whole band together, I guess. And
Nice.
then
Oh, Tom went to
Emily,
Cawthra, eh?
yeah, and then Emily, who was our horn player, was my neighbor.
I always thought it was cool that you just had a band with horns,
Yeah.
with a horn section at that kind of age or whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you guys
that's
had
cool.
you guys had the best musicians. No, like no doubt. Anthony, obviously, Jeremy's like my freaking one of my favorite like local drummer. You know, like that I know personally. He's like freaking killing it. There was a moment there where we were asking him to drum for us,
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
and then he agreed to it, but he was never
Yeah.
available.
Yeah.
Always busy.
Yo,
He's
that
a
was,
busy
we were
guy.
looking
Crushing
forward
it.
to that. I forgot
Crushing
about
it.
that.
Yeah.
That was when I was going to.
Oh yeah, that would have been amazing. Even just to play one show with them would have
Yeah.
been a freaking highlight, man. That
Yeah.
been, he just makes everything sound good.
Yeah.
I remember when we were playing with Woody, you know, and Woody would even just talk, and you know, Woody being the godfather of us, you know, when it comes to playing. And the way he used to talk to like Jeremy, like he'd come in and be like, no, you're playing it wrong. He's like, you do this. He's like, all right. Every just you know, you and Woody, just you know, you just be like, cool. You let me know.
Yeah.
I'm the same way sometimes too. I'm like, yeah.
You guys gotta. You should tell the legend of Woody here. Tell it to the view. Who's Woody here? We talked about
Woody
him last
Woody
episode.
Woodburn.
Tell the
Kevin Woodburn.
Why is he important?
Why is Kevin? Why is what he said? Never call him Kevin. He feels like his parents are talking to him.
Why is Woody coming?
Justin has more of an early relationship with Woody, but I definitely had a few years
We
with him.
kind of all do, you know, it's just different.
At our own time frame, I guess you can say. Yeah.
Started gigging with Woody really young. I think I was like 16, maybe 17, 16 or 17, and he got me to play a bar in Streetsville. Can't remember which one it was.
Should we set this up? Woody is he's older than us. How much older is he than I think he's like almost.
I always felt like he was like 10 years older than me, but I'm not sure.
I thought he was like 10 years older than me too. Long story short, Woody used to play in a wicked band called Snapper. They were signed, but he also had this cover band called Pre-Game Show. That's where kind of I met Justin in that sense. But and he played all over the place. And to us, we were like the kids. Like he'd just be like, we're playing in Northwood Inn in the Firehouse
Get in the
and
car,
like
let's
Halliburton.
go.
And like we never had these experiences before.
Yeah.
And like to me, I like to think that
But he just rolls around, picks you up in the SUV, let's go.
Yeah,
and
let's
it's
go,
just
let's
on.
play.
You're going, you're playing these shows.
Yeah, and it was awesome.
You're into it,
and like,
yeah.
and you've never played crowds like that, like not playing high school freaking talent
Yeah.
show or like playing like
Get
a
your
prog
chops that
band with
way.
like 3 people showing up to my show, and next thing you know, you're like ripping up like the Northwood Inn with like camps of like.
And he's selling places out sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
It was wild. There's some crazy shows where the place was just completely full.
Grand, yeah,
and we're
yeah.
like, we're just cover band playing in
yeah.
Sudbury or wherever.
But he
and
was
it's
oh
packed.
man, Woody had such a killer voice though, man. I don't even know how he sings as good as he does, and how
He just
like, how
goes for
his-
so long.
Yeah, he's like a
keep
freaking
going.
yeah. He just keeps going, and man, does he have a freaking like loud voice, man? Like
Yeah.
he could rip a head
can
off.
belt
man.
it.
Yeah,
The
he
mic
can
can drop,
belt.
he's good, you know?
belt.
He projects.
And like, and the fact that like, and this is where I also give him respect to, big time, is just doing the 3 setters, back to back to back. You know what I mean? Nights, like 3 sets, 3 45-minute sets,
Wow.
being able to do that back to back to back, especially like the Sudbury ones, and being able to sing like in the original key, like Journey, like Don't Stop Believing, 3rd set. You know what I mean? Like original key,
Just
like
belting
ripping it, like and like on the 3rd freaking night, like you're like
Yeah.
when he's like it's
Beast.
like to me, I like that's inhuman. I don't know. That's me. Like you know. What
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
He's a powerhouse. I couldn't believe the fact. I didn't play really. I played a couple gigs with Woody, but not. I wasn't like in the band like you guys were at times. And I remember thinking like you guys playing with Woody were like up here because I was playing shows. Yeah, like promoters in Toronto. Yeah, getting like 20 people out. You know, sometimes it was battle the bands kind of thing. Almost, you know, I was at the tail end of that, and then you guys are like out there, like playing to full houses, cover style. You know what I mean? And making money. It's so much so that Bolton, I talked about this, Mike Bolton, the original bass player of the Dreamboat, he called me up one date, and he was like, "Hey man, can you play with this band pregame show with Woody that weekend?" And I had to learn the whole set in 2 days. Long story short, that was the gig I played with you.
Right.
Up in
Sauble or
Grand
Bend.
That gig was very significant to me. I think I told you this, but yeah, I played that gig and I remember getting paid and like spending the night and having a great
Right.
time. And that was the first real gig I played to like a crowd that wanted to
Packed
like
room,
rock a
just really
packed
into it.
room. You know,
And you
playing
made- and
cover
you- and
stuff,
you-
glory, beer, like everything.
MTH.
What's that?
Make
the
that
hundo.
hundo.
But I couldn't. That was the most money I ever made on a gig. And I remember playing with you and playing with Anthony. And I was like, oh man, these guys are like, you know, big rockers. Anthony was with Il Scarlet at the time as
Yeah.
well. And I was like, yo, playing with some real players, you know. And after that gig, I was like, I got to do music. Like I doubled down anyways on
Nice.
wanting to do music because of that pregame show Woody gig.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That was an epic night.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, the
And you
Wood
kind of
Incubator.
got thrown into it. I feel like you didn't have much time, did you?
2 days.
2 days, right.
And I remember a similar thing happened to you, but I also had
That's how it
notes.
starts with Woody. It's like, hey, there's a show in a couple of days. And it's like, are you in or you out? You know?
I was like
Yeah.
I was like, Grand Ben, what? Like, I got to learn all these songs. Cool, I'm down. You know what I mean? I just studied it for 2 days. I wrote these notes. And then at the gig, I ended up spilling beer in the first set on the notes. I was like, I couldn't read it. You're like, yo, man, don't read those notes.
Yeah.
You're good. I remember. You're just like all right there. It's just, yeah, man, don't worry about the notes.
Nice.
I was all nervous kid driving up to like
That's
Halliburton.
awesome. That's great, man.
Went to
Oh,
out to Halliburton and then like I'm like charting it in the back and like
Yeah, I
was
had
really
that
trying
too.
trying to review.
Remember that with Woody, like charting songs in the front seat on the dash.
He was just like, the first day I met him, he's like, take that, throw it out the window. I'm like, what? Throw the charts. I'm like, don't you want me to play really well? I don't know.
He knew you could just hold it down.
That's what was cool about Woody. Is that he wasn't like the stickler. He just, as long as you kept the tempo the way he liked it and just like ended the song when you cocked the headstock and dropped it down, you were good. You know.
So to kind of even round up what we're saying about Woody, I mean, a lot of good musicians went through that band, you could say.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, I think
Absolutely.
you call it the incubator. or
Yeah, for
whatever,
sure.
Because a lot of people
Seems to be the
cut their
term.
teeth.
Yeah.
Tim
Yeah, definitely.
Oxford, you guys.
Yeah.
The bassist Matt, I think, plays
Kirby,
with like Alessia Cole.
Dave
too.
Kirby.
Kirby, yeah. That's where I met
The
Kirby.
list goes on, man. If
Yeah.
you really like look at it, like the amount of people that played with Woody and went somewhere with that, it's a long list.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
I know.
Shout out to Woody.
Cheers to Woody.
Shout out to Woody.
Cheers, Woody.
Cheers. I should
You're
have
the
a Bud
best.
Light.
Yeah, seriously.
Bands cutting their teeth. Yeah.
Yeah, man, give us those
man.
awesome opportunities in the beginning, yeah.
That was probably the first show I played with you ever.
Yeah. So you know what year that would have been?
2009? No. 2008?
7?
7 or 8. 2007 or 8.
Yeah.
That was fun.
7.
No, I don't think it would have been that early.
Could have
It
been.
was before
I
2009.
would have been. Yeah, it would have been like 20 then.
It was just one. You were the drummer at the time.
Oh, shit, yeah.
And
maybe
you
it would have
couldn't
been
be there.
2007 or 2008.
It was before I knew
Because we started
you.
the Dreamhouse
Were
in
we playing in the
2009.
band together with Woody?
We played a couple of shows together. And
Where
then
did we
And
play?
then you started playing more with Ill. We did like a couple shows, like Northwood In style. I remember you like just like, you were like nuts. I remember like you just getting into it, like spitting and shit. Like,
Oh,
this is
yeah.
nuts. You were, yeah,
Felt like I turned into
you're-
a rock star on the
you were,
road
you were
with
straight
Woody.
rock star, man. And then there was a couple odd gigs that we did together, kind of thing. But mainly, I played with Brian and Bolton. And then we had the Morning Thieves at the side, kind of thing. And then pre-game show evolved into Half Hour City.
Oh, yeah.
And then he started kind of changing his name to like Half Hour City and going like the original route. And then we recorded with Tim, his thing, and he wrote those songs with the Gormleys, and that was an awesome experience within itself. But we played a few shows together. But like I played. There's that time there I was playing with like how many bands with Mike, with Mike Bolton. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Pre-game, Thieves, Boats.
Yeah.
Griggs. We used to go to
Joel?
the
No.
Yeah,
Did he play
yeah.
Joel?
I think
No,
he played like that. Yeah, played that a couple times
Yeah.
together.
Oh, yeah.
But going over the border and stuff with Griggs and stuff. That was cool.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, what was good about playing covers, at least at that age, is like you said, you could be a rock star because you're getting all the glory of playing guitar parts that people already dig. So you're not trying to sell anyone on anything. You're
Right.
like, okay, these are the top songs. I'm just playing the parts. So you almost get to feel that, like, yeah, man, when you rip a classic solo.
Sure.
So you can kind of get a feel for, okay, I can do this, and you want to get into it. You feed off that. Whereas just doing the original band thing, maybe this is a revelation.
Shit, sounds like it.
It is, because you don't really get that. So that's why people who just grind it to the top are just like, dude, sometimes.
Jaded or
Yeah.
I'm here.
We've all
I
felt
worked
the
my whole
glory.
life for this.
All felt the glory of the roar of a crowd at an
Yeah.
early age.
Oh yeah, jeez,
And
man.
then you chase the roar.
Yep.
You chase that roar. Since day one, man. You know, even doing it today or even finishing the set, even though watching the Horseshoe Tavern documentary, Johnny Be Good at the end. You know what I mean? Ripping it, and we always used to love playing that at the open mics and whatnot, and definitely have our favorite
Sure, that would go
songs.
over great at an open mic.
Oh, we used to. That's how the Dreamboat started. We'd go from open mic to open mic. We go to Marcello's, then like
Tuesdays with Fogo. And
Fogo, yeah, and we would just play like 3 songs and kill because everyone was like the same kind of like a hip hop or a this or that, and then we go up there like we bring in our own kit kind of deal.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Like a bop kit. We were the only band sometimes, and it would just shake everything up, and everyone loved us.
Right on.
Those were the good days. I
The glory days. That was
the-
just pure glory.
Remember there was like open mic battles between like hate between like Fogo and like Collins at the time.
Oh, was there a little-
they're hating on like. I think it was because Fogo was just killing it. You know what I mean? And
they had a good thing going.
huge, oh, Dale had an awesome night. That night was the freaking best.
Fogo.
Every
Tuesday
second
night.
Tuesday. Oh my gosh.
Did you ever go there?
I don't think I did.
You never got
Do
part
you
of that
know
scene?
about that?
I don't know. I don't
No,
know if I do.
I don't think Justin was in that scene.
Like
No,
I knew
part of
Dale.
that.
I knew Dale
Yeah.
from high school,
Dale had
but I
an
didn't.
Awesome,
Dale and
awesome
Justin,
open
right?
mic. Justin Roga, yeah.
They put on a
Yeah, I
great
remember
night
those guys.
in Oakville, technically,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, technically.
In Oakville, like south there, near Lakeshore.
Just past our rehearsal space, the old rehearsal factories. Keep going down.
It was Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, the second Tuesday, every second Tuesday.
Second Tuesday. It was packed in there, man.
Oh my
Packed.
gosh!
All,
I felt like Zach Morris walking in that place. I felt like I knew everyone. It was just such a great vibe. Just walk, just it was amazing.
Yeah,
it was
it was
a great
cool.
night. Yeah.
I didn't know as many people as popular here, but
No, I mean, it's just like
no. I feel like
you
you knew people, like some people through high school and stuff as well. It
No,
was
not
kinda
necessarily. No, I didn't. There was not many people. I don't really at that time really hang around with too many people from high school. I just went into
No?
music. I never really hung out with like people that were into music at the time too. But there's a lot of scenes going on, and you're part of the Streetsville scene. Like I didn't know what was going on with that. Like during high school, Streetsville, Masonic Lodge.
Masonic
Man, that
Lodge.
was to me like witnessing it and not being part of it. Like, but seeing like our high school band Kid Menace like be part of that whole scene and whatnot and like bands, just seeing people like flooded out the front of that freaking venue, man. Like when we'd be driving
yeah.
by.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I had an awesome memory of us rolling by, and I remember seeing Kid Menace, and I remember seeing like just tons of people, like other bands. I think like Keep It Six or something was it. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think I remember just being on shrooms and in the backseat of a car, and we were driving by, and just stopping right in the front, cranking
The Masonic drive-by.
cranking Southern Hospitality by Ludacris.
Yeah.
That was really popular at the time, and we just started going like this, like my buddies, like
And all Jim carried up there.
and then we just drove by, and everyone looked at us like we were idiots, and it was a good time in high school.
Nice.
People did that a lot there.
They did.
The drive-by.
The drive-by.
Looking for the reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Good
such a
times.
cool
that was
thing.
the scene. That was the scene.
You
It
were
was,
pre-
it was
you were pretty
unfortunate,
into that, right?
Yeah, it was unfortunate that they closed it down. I think there was just too many shit disturbers at the time.
Well, it closed, but they still did some shows. But it's like it was never the same again. You know, it was like it was all clean and like.
I don't know.
Later.
When they did open up again, Sketch went in and did a bunch of shows there.
But they renovated the basement.
I think to some degree they had. I remember them having
that
that bizarre stage all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was like 1 foot off the. I've only been to a couple shows at Masonic
Same.
Lodge.
I'd love to go back there and walk through there, but I used to have the studio like right across the street there.
Yeah, yeah.
When I
Like-
was at 64
Right in the
Thomas.
belly of the beast. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember going to your studio and just seeing like, man, it's got the booth
The
and
studio
everything.
jam. I wish we could pull up that track of the
Do you is
Hit
there
the Road
any hope?
Hummins.
Hit the Road
Is there
Hummins.
any hope of
There,
that?
there is. Let me look. There's like a slight chance if I go through my last
'Cause we
email.
also did Johnny Be Good. For those of you that don't know, for context, Justin had a studio in Streetsville. Kind of I didn't know him super
Thomas.
well at the time. Anyways, he had us come by his studio as the Dreamboats, original lineup with Roberto and Mike. And he was just recorded us one night at like 1 a.m.
No, Roberto wasn't there. It was just me, you, and
That's right. It was just the three of us. And
yeah.
Mike was wearing a Russian hat.
And
I think we
you're
have
in the
footage
Russian
of
hat,
this.
and you guys were like, I think you guys were making fun of me because I wanted to go see my girlfriend at the time and stuff like that. Or
Making
or something
fun
like,
of you?
Yeah, I know. You're like, hit the road, Hobbins.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, is that where that came from?
I don't know if that's where. Yeah, was
and
that-
then you guys recorded this when I was gone.
oh, really?
Yeah. I wasn't even there. I remember just seeing pictures.
You were there.
You were there.
Pop my pills on Monday, feeling brand new. You suggested that, or you guys were
No,
dying.
but I think we were just jamming it, and I think you guys recorded it afterwards. I remember seeing pictures after the fact of like Mickey being like a freaking Russian, like Davy Crockett hat or something. You know? Like,
Yeah, where did that come from?
oh my
Why
god!
was he wearing it? It was hilarious.
I can't remember.
I gotta find the videos. But
That's funny.
yeah. Oh yeah, the good old days.
Good
so yeah,
times in Streetsville.
yeah, and we hope Justin can find these
Yeah, I might have it right
these
here.
recordings.
I'll try this.
He's gonna try.
Cullens was pretty bumping out of time.
Yeah.
Too for us. That was awesome.
We did some cover nights. That would be a fun. Okay, you know what we should do? We talked about this before.
but
The bar tour.
I could use the money.
No, but no, but we spin it in a way that is like we're playing the old bars.
We're going for the old bars.
Yeah, we rockin' dogs everything. We just load it up.
Oh, I'd love to. I mean, Rockin' Dogs was awesome too.
Play all the old bars we used to play. Collins, yo, we could pack that place.
Oh my gosh. But
Nah,
no. I just think about some memories about when you were playing at some of those venues.
Rethinking the idea. though.
Rethinking it?
Potentially.
Oh, I miss Marcello's. Those were some
Marcello's.
glorious gigs.
Justin was bartender at some of those gigs.
Yeah,
Or some of the open mics.
those are the
anyways.
best gigs.
Didn't have a license to serve, but I was the bartender.
Head
Served,
bartender.
He did.
He was doing cocktail moves,
Served his time.
flipping around. Man, that place used to get so sweaty.
It was Grant Scotch. That was his thing. Marcello's Grant Scotch. He
Grant
always had like a glass at the back of the bar when I was bartending. And he made me get one too, and it was full of scotch. And throughout the night, as he got like more stressed, he's like, he would either yell out or like hit something, and that meant like, okay, turn around. And we would shoot the glass of scotch. And he's like, I always want it full. So he was just,
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
yeah.
Shout out
Wild
to
times with that
Marcello.
guy.
Man,
What's up, man?
Marcello's-
That was great times.
That was great times. He was oh man, he was so sweet. I've seen him act like a shithead to people, like when they're just like to people, like so rude or whatever. Like, get out of here, just something like, you know what I mean, like. And he was always the freaking absolute sweetest to me.
What did
every
he call
single
you?
time.
He had a name
He called
for
me
you.
Chachi.
Chachi.
He called me Chachi. But like
That's right.
he could be the enforcer, bartender, venue owner, but he definitely had a sweet soft spot.
Big heart.
And he's the MC. His intros of bands were like epic.
Yeah.
Like
We have some
legendary.
wicked recorded of him like opening for Sketch, doing like a 2-minute thing. It was on Halloween.
Oh, that's awesome.
So he was
man.
all into yeah, it's great. I have
You
that
should-
somewhere.
You gotta find that. Marcello.
Oh man, I miss Marcello.
I know.
He's really cool.
That was a bit of the end of an era there.
Yeah, for sure.
They tried, remember, to do some shows there still
Yeah,
at
I
that
wasn't
new
saying-
venue. We
not
played
saying.
there. An interesting show for me.
Which one?
The show we played there at Graydon or whatever it was called. Is that what it was called?
Yeah, I remember we were trying to get a residency going on there, and postering around town and whatnot. And
But
that
we
was
did
cool.
that first gig, I remember. And what was crazy about that gig, we were playing in front of like no one. But I remember the gig before, my heart like tripped out. You remember?
Was it the New Year's Eve gig
It
that
may
you
have
tripped?
been the New Year's, and this was maybe our first gig back. Anyways, my heart tripped out. I remember I had to leave the stage at the New Year's gig, and
Yeah.
you had to fill in on drums.
Yeah.
At New Year's, so I had like a bit of a heart thing, and I don't even know where I was going with this.
Well, just there's a crazy gig, the first gig that you got back.
So it was
right?
the first gig coming back, and I was sitting down in Graydon. I remember it was dark, and I was having this panic attack. I thought I was gonna faint on the drums. It's so weird, man.
That's
I
crazy.
go through this every now and then. Something will happen to me on stage, and then for the next few gigs, I'm just like, ugh.
Kinda
And then I
antsy
guess
about
it
it.
always passes, though.
Yeah.
It always
There's nothing
passes, but-
anything really major when like you've done. I mean, there was a one time you had to like leave the stage on the New Year's gig, but other than that, there's never been anything really noticeably crazy that maybe for you. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sitting there bobbing my head.
Yeah.
She loves you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oblivious.
It's weird. It's bad having like little panic attacks or like I can't breathe things. You guys know about that on stage hopping around.
Not being 100% comfortable on. Yeah, there's been times where you feel like you hop around and have to get back to the mic and start singing. And I feel like there's moments where I'm like, I'm either gonna vomit or I'm gonna pass the hell out right now because I'm not breathing and I don't have oxygen in my freaking like. I think there was a couple of times where I did like couple breakdance moves and like some windmills and got back to the mic
Yeah.
like immediately and then be like, okay, I probably should have like, practiced this a little bit more.
Oh,
But you pull it off, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like at least you know where you stand, right?
yeah.
But yeah, it's a tough gig.
Yeah. I know. It's a very helpless feeling.
Let's
Yeah, it can
check
be.
this out here for a second.
What is this?
It's something from Chris in like
What?
years ago.
Talk in the mic, talk in the mic.
It's something from years ago. Do you recognize
Oh,
this?
it's Josie. Yeah.
Who is that?
Josie, one of my students. I'm
Oh, okay. You
So
sent
proud
I
that
of
to me.
ended up
Josie.
doing this song.
I was trying to see if there's something here that you would have sent me, or we sent each other years
I was
back.
showing some stuff. Shout out to Josie, Al Ramadi and family, Abby and Kareem. What's it called? She's been my student for a while, and she's written a couple of songs that I'm just like, man, these are great songs.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah, she has
catchy,
some
and
cool
she
songs,
knows how to
for
really
sure.
put her heart on her sleeve, and
Yeah.
it's really cool. And I was trying to send stuff over to you, Justin. I thought maybe if you wanted to produce it or something, but
Nice.
I think you were too expensive at the time.
They had to turn to
Could have
Wizzy
been
Woo
possible.
Yeah,
Productions.
the downgrade to
When
what's
you can't do
I just joking.
BMF,
I just
you go to
joking.
GMF.
Yeah, you go to GMF.
You can't
GMF.
do a steal.
You always do an awesome job too, and you fill in the.
People know I'll just put the time in and try and learn it and be like, just do to the best of my abilities.
Yeah. Well, we don't want anything, no bells and whistles. And Justin was like doing this professionally,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
I just want to just see if she can cut a demo and have like her parents be like,
MTH, man.
cool.
MTH.
That's it. That's
Make
it.
it.
Make it.
Make the hunt.
It's easy, yeah.
It's easy if you try.
No, well, for the fact that
Yeah, I don't know
it's
if
just
I
a
have that
demo
stuff.
setting, and you're so good at just recording it, making it happen.
Yeah,
just
that was fun.
mixing it, and there you go.
Fun song to do.
I don't see it. I don't see those recordings.
have the
in the
videos.
email. At least they're on a drive. Then
I have the videos at a hard drive at home, and you can hear the song in the background, obviously, because I'm filming. Not the whole song, though, but a snippet of it.
search one more thing. Maybe.
Maybe you might hear from that night. It's so crazy, man. Oh my gosh, how long ago that was. Like, from then till now,
Yeah.
now we're still, playing.
When will then be now?
Oh gosh, it's crazy. Dreamless has been really cool.
Yeah.
It's been hard. It's been hard though. There's no doubt. Like, man. Ugh.
It's been hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our baby's a teenager.
Honestly,
Talking back.
it is crazy,
Yeah.
There are hard times, but there are good times. A lot of good
Definitely.
times.
A lot of good times. For
Definitely
sure.
way more good times than the hard times.
Definitely.
Some of the hard times are
The hard time comes when comes to in business, just being in business and like making like a living off it.
yeah.
I've been self-employed musician since like 2016, since I was gone from Rock Pro. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I know we're fortunate we
Yeah.
can do this for some kind of living.
Some kind of getting by living. I'm just,
And that's that.
Oh, we had a problem. I mean, we tried to do everything we could.